Hey guys, welcome back again. Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. Welcome back again to your channel that is your home for tech, toys, and talk, and of course the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. Now, back again, this is going to be a little bit of a channel update. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. I know I was a little out of action for a little while. Don't worry about that. I have partnered up with Dre of Collector Safe Space, and we have a separate channel called the Outer Dimensions Podcast, where we discuss the latest and greatest past and present movies of all kinds of genres, whether it's action, sci-fi, horror, thrillers. We kind of cover it all. It's just two guys having a great old time discussing movies, awesome movies that we love, and maybe that we're watching for the first time. So we've launched that. We've well over 11 episodes in, and you guys can check us out on the Outer Dimensions Podcast channel on YouTube. And you can also check us out on Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts from. We're not trying to be the next YHS, or we're not trying to be the next Red 5 network or anything like that. We're just two guys hanging out, having a great time, and just discussing some awesome movies. But here in Dave's Dimension, I'm kind of coming full circle. Okay, as you can see, I got some lights I need to work on, but the Dave's Dimension, we're still Power Rangers, DC McFarlane, Marvel Legends, NECA, of course. But as of late, we've kind of been jumping on that G.I. Joe wagon, Actually, I'm kind of pushing back Marvel, pushing back DC, pushing back Black Series, pushing back Power Rangers, and focusing on G.I. Joe. But in addition to that, guys, focusing on one more thing. Now, Dave's Dimension, when it was first a channel, was not called Dave's Dimension. It was just my name. And I did a few unboxes of, computer monitor. I also did some prop building. You guys know that I am a big Ghostbuster fan. And I've made a few props, and I've bought props and, augmented them myself, like bought some Spirit Halloween gear. We made some changes to it. So, right here, we got the Spangler pack, which I am slowly modifying. But something happened today. A very cool thing. I had a discussion with someone, and that discussion kind of sparked things. Okay? So, this channel, when it was first Dave's Dimension, when I first made it as Dave's Dimension, it was me doing some Ghostbuster mods. One of them was, I've built 3 Spirit packs in the past, okay? One was kind of movie style, but heavily weathered, okay? That was before there was a Ghostbusters Afterlife. One was a real Ghostbusters painted theme, which was for my wife, but she really never wore it. So, just like the other pack, I sold it. But the first pack I sold to fund the Spangler was a Back to the Future mashup. Now, I'm going to show you pictures of those packs right here. To this day, the Back to the Future mashup, the Flux pack as I called it, still is probably one of my proudest and my first prop I ever altered, modified, or even built. So with that being said, I think it's time we got back to that. I don't know when. Probably maybe within the next month or two. I will be, some way, somehow, I'm going to be getting my hands on a shell. Whether it's a Spirit shell or a 3D printed shell. And I think it's time we brought the Flux pack back 1-to-1 scale. Now, that might be a Spirit Halloween Proton pack. It might not be. We're gonna see what's financially viable, and we're gonna be building it. And it's gonna be bit by bit, episode by episode. You guys are gonna be coming along the entire way. We're kind of going back to the roots of Dave's Dimension, and we will be building a Flux pack. Now, the first Flux pack I actually sold to Out of Time Collectibles down south. A very great guy. Awesome collection. The guy has his own DeLorean, so I knew the pack was in great hands. I miss it. It was my first build. It was my first cosplay. as I had a McFly name tag. I did the whole thing, but I think it's time that we, one, I was a much bigger person. By the way, I was like 450, 460 when I did that. I'm like 369 right now, so I'm 100 pounds less. And that was at 80% scale packs. So yeah, I'm gonna start drawing up plans. I'm still gonna be modifying my Spengler pack here. Technically, I have two proton packs. I have my Benekent pack, which you can find Benekent on Etsy, on the internet itself, and also Benekent props, that is, and you can also find them on Facebook through various groups. I have that pack. That pack is an amazing experience. It's kind of like building your own lightsaber, but it's heavy. It is a monster to wear on my back. It's not always good to wear. It's very heavy for short terms. It's not bad, but it is a monster to wear. The Spengler pack is much lighter. Okay, but now that I've built several packs, both 80% scale and 100% scale, I think it might be time for me to step it up a notch. I have designs in my head already for the Flux Pack Mark 3. This will be the Mark 1. I wore at Niagara Falls Comic Con 2018, and I met Christopher Lloyd. That's before I lost all my weight. This thing, a lot of parts broke off of it. There was a lot of repairs I needed to do. Okay, so Mark 2 was after the repairs. I made a lot of adjustments, made sure certain parts wouldn't break off anymore, and also upgraded a lot of things. I needed to put a lot of extras on the pack so that it didn't look as small on me as it really did. But if we're going to be going for a 1-to-1 scale pack, all I need is I just need a 1-to-1 shell. I don't even need a stock 100% scale spirit pack. I just need the shell of it. I don't need the back. I don't need the straps. I don't even need the electronics. Okay? We don't need the electronics. All we need is just a shell. So anyone out there, if you happen to have a 1-to-1 scale, 100% scale Spirit Halloween Proton Pack shell, you can message me at Daves_Dimension on Instagram, DavesDimension78@gmail.com, and of course on Twitter at DimensionDaves. Okay? So if someone out there has a shell laying around, or it doesn't even have to be a spirit shell, if you have a 1-to-1 scale complete shell, doesn't have to have electronics, doesn't have to have the lenses, doesn't have to have anything. As long as it's a 100% scale shell, message me, email me, and let's talk. And let's get this road to the pack. Now, I am not going to New York City Comic Con. It's the week of my birthday in October. I would friggin' love to go, but it's not in the cards this year. Next year, maybe. I know Archer and Ramblin' Nerd and a few others are going, and I'm going to be rooting for you guys. I hope you guys do plenty of videos. But yeah, Dave's Dimension, we're still going to be doing unboxes. I got tons of Joes coming through the pipeline. We're going to be doing more props on the Spengler pack. Speaking of props, you want to check out, I dropped 2 recent videos, an unbox video and an actual install video for Frankengeek, for Frankengeek Laboratories. It is a great entrepreneur, great person on Facebook and on Etsy and on their own website. And they sell pretty much straight plug and play. I've used a couple of their kits. Now, I used their Keep Alive kit on the Spengler pack, because after 3 or 4 minutes, the Spengler pack will time out. That little circuit board that he makes keeps the pack running, and there's an additional wire I bought where I can plug it directly into a power pack, and I don't have to worry about D batteries anymore. Amazing. He also makes Spirit electronic setups. On my wife's setup, it was basically plug and play. It even screwed the cyclotron lights, screwed right into the existing ports on the Spirit shell, which was amazing. Same thing with the power cell light, the blue light that you see on there. It fit in. He designs everything perfectly. Plus, it had a micro SD card, so you can put your own music on there. And if you had the stock Spirit wand, there was an additional attachment, additional wiring that would work on there, so you can actually use the existing button as an MP3 control. So, and this is something he came out with a few years ago. He's improved upon it probably 10 times over. So I do highly recommend checking out Frank and Geek. Frank and Geek Laboratories, you can check him out on Facebook and everywhere else, guys. But yeah, guys, the channel's not going anywhere. We are still 150 watch hours away from being monetized. Hey, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I just want you guys, I want everyone out there to know that Dave's Dimension is not going anywhere. Okay? Whether it's working on props, whether it's a video game stream, whether it's a talking point stream, guys, we are not going anywhere. But we are going to be probably shifting on doing a few more props. I have a ton of G.I. Joes coming through the pipeline because it's kind of like bringing back my childhood. I need to work on the lighting for the shelves. All the lighting went on those three cases there. Right, yeah. But guys, I again also want to thank everyone who supported the channel. There are way too many people to name, but Dre of Collector Safe Space. I want to thank T3 Collects. I want to thank Sleeping Collectibles. I want to thank Colbane Games. I want to thank Gilster. I want to thank LeBron Fett. I want to thank Duffman's Diorama, who helped me out amazingly last year. I want to thank Berserker Bloodline. I want to thank Captain Spaulding. I want to thank Nemiriel. I want to thank Cat. I want to thank Salacious Rum. I want to thank so many of you guys out there. You've helped support the channel. Rebels, Reptiles, and Games. Rebels, No Rules. Ed, you know. Gary's Grails. John Joker. I mean, he's one of the best people. He's the kind of person, I mean, if the world had 1 million, hell, even 5 John Jokers, the world would be a much better place. All these people are very supportive. Of course, my wife, Mrs. Dimension, of course, and so many others. You guys keep this channel rolling. You keep me going. No matter what shape or form, what kind of content I'm doing, we're always going to keep on rolling, guys. So, guys, you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. Keep on busting. And I'm always going to keep catching you on the flip side. Take care.